Got ABCA Coach of the Year Beach, John
And
Mayer.
that coach is?
Yes?
Yeah.
Finally!
Finally.
Who is that coach?
That's Brendan Joyner.
Brandon Joyner. He's better at beach guy.
Yeah, he
Works with
coached someone
Mark
yesterday.
Is he playing yesterday?
Oh, no, I think he was coaching Lev.
He's coaching.
Mr. Personality.
Lev? Yeah. He really is.
I mean,
I know. It's a rotten personality. That's what
I
Look, you can
sad
have
about,
luck and it could be
Dylan
bad.
Merrick being injured still.
Oh, he's giving up soccer.
Good. That's
It
good.
makes Lev appreciate him that much more.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I miss my boy.
I tried to push Brian Miller on Billy Allen and Dylan.
We're live now, so we choose.
Say it loud.
I'm the only guy that can do that.
Say it loud.
Unapologetically.
And as I told Sean, he's the first professional that Brian Miller's gotten to play with.
Nice, dude.
You know, Schwegel and Rowdy or whatever,
Yeah.
they didn't count.
And Miller
Rafi
is.
didn't count.
Yeah, Rafi should. But Miller is like the ultimate hitman for hire, man. I really like that guy.
No more hire. He's going to make the league.
I know, yeah. Well, is he?
You got to win.
Yeah. They made the finals twice. And I don't want to sound like a Bill Parcells cold fish. Either you can do it.
Against Avery, one gets out of right from the start.
Oh. Huh. Interesting.
Avery Joyce playing this year?
He's playing with someone today. He's playing with Harrison.
Yeah.
Wyatt Harrison, which I think is a very good team. My eye test says they don't have a lot of time gelling, like on, you know what I'm saying, like practice time. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know who's.
And Avery's on the Kalinsky slide.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I would say that.
Do you know? What's his face? Ruben Perez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diego?
No.
Oh,
It's
Cuban Perez. Yeah.
Cuban.
Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, he played a double A with Bill, and they won the double A.
You know, Highline's giving out points now, AVP points.
Yes, I did hear
because of me.
Mr. Smith.
You the investor?
No, but I put it.
Hey, Sin.
Put him together
Mr.
with
Smith.
Joshua.
That's amazing.
Good morning, sir.
Which means he no longer can have Stella, the little girl, playing with Dylan at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in a tournament. You know, how he would substitute players in. Can't do that anymore.
Right. That's sensible. Well, that's good. So your number one is the number two, who there's a random like 50K investor that came to Highline. Some guy.
Oh, okay. And I told him, I said, you gotta distance yourself from KO.
Agreed.
That's detrimental. Like any relationship with him.
And
Guys, we're in the preset of this match. This match is going to start in 4 minutes. Just wanted to set up the live stream early, and I'll definitely be looking at the comment section during the technical timeouts and between sets. So, want to leave a comment? Tell me to shut up. Tell me you like the commentary.
He's going to do that.
Tell me the score's wrong. You would do all of that. You're in charge, my man.
She would be here now. She was in town. She'd want to see this, right? And she doesn't play at all. I think you're right.
Can someone grab that cup for me? My God, I love young people, dude. Yo, you're the man. Thank you.
Dude, we watched this team win King of the Court London.
Right.
Because we just happened to be in London at the same time.
Did he play with his dad? Did he play with his father? He was supposed to play King of the Court with his father.
No, that was in April 1st.
Okay.
That was in April 4th.
Oh, good. That was like the Worsley brothers are out of system. Gage said he's leaving out of system.
Yeah, exactly.
Tired of being treated as a joke, and I'm like, you guys have to know.
Exactly.
You have to know this is a work. This is a rib, dude. This is a work. Hey, since you're up, can you put this back where we found it? The coffee lasts. I have like a cup of ice, and it just lasts longer. Watering it down.
Those are Taylor's kids from his school at St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yeah. All girls school, yep. Very familiar. I was John's assistant at LMU, so we had to play him twice, and always the third time at the WCCs, which I think they made the finals this year, right? St. Mary's made the WCC finals this year.
Hey, Jim. Jim McNamee.
What? Jim?
Yeah. Let me tell him.
Where is he? I'll call him.
Bye, guys. Jim.
You know I'm gonna let that go, right? Oh, where? I can say it next right there. Let's keep it 500. Welcome everybody. We're exactly 1 minute away. Just trying to sink my chair in so I don't fall sideways. I'm in the high chair today. King of the Beach chair next to the King of the Beach. St. John's over there. Putting his umbrella far away from me. That man don't want to hear me, and that's okay. That's court 3. This morning this was court 3. They changed it. This is now 2. Yeah, because yesterday this was 3, and I set up my tent to watch Shaw and Shalk, and here I am. Look like I'm stalking Hagen again. All right, guys, here we are. Let's check my live stream. Check my strength. Okay, Weber, Smith, Lotman, Bomgren, here we go. Oh, chicken wing, extra crispy, does not come up. Striking first blood, it's Team Smith and Weber. They have been on quite the tear. Jump serve down the middle, and there's the block. Logan Weber patrolling the net. Hey, if you got an umbrella, you could just set up close. We could have community shade.
You're very kind. Thank you so much. Love the videos, love the commentary.
Thank you, my man. Ball's off the tape. Handles okay, Tim. Self-cover. Another up and down set, and a little tight, but Tim, super athlete, great elevation, but that ball's out. Striking first blood. Striking first blood in the third set, or the first set. It's going to be loud on this court today. Let me check my volume. Let's turn all this down. That's better. I go halfway. And then out on the board, Tim Bomgren. Hometown's Minnesota, but spent some time in Wisconsin playing a lot of grass and beach with his brother Brian. Wapaka regulars, and first time I met him was AVP New York.
Hey, great option, Hagen. Good pass, Logan.
Mr. Smith. Served to zone 1, and that ball was in. Yeah, looked like it was actually going to sail out in the last minute. Caught the ends of the line, and hitting any part of the line, of course, is in. Line jump usually dismisses the spot conversation. One away from the switch. Bomgren, chip off the block. This is your first switch, and this is happening very, very quickly, 3 minutes into this match. Not getting paid by the hour. Smith and Weber. Pretty good serve, and back set. Weber gets blocked. There's a message sent. Just gonna go on my social networks for a minute. Share this link. Pretty good pass by Logan. Recreating a string out of the middle. There's your wrist away. Taha. Gotcha, Derek Zimmerman. Score is now 6-3. Gonna change it in a moment. Thanks for joining me, guys. Center court and court 1 will be on Bally's. That's Rob Aspero and Victoria Dennis. Thought I saw Kevin Barnett around here too. Thought I'd see him more at the NCAAs, where I thought that was a foregone conclusion to have someone like him calling indoor. The man's the indoor king. I'm sure he enjoys this scenario a little bit better than indoor out here, but it is a miscarriage of justice to not have him there. You get someone in the quarterfinals calling volleyball kills slams. Oh, with somebody has 16 slams. And I was just like, you know, I know people have something to say about my commentary, but I'm like, geez, y'all gonna go with that. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go to NY Varsity. Share it on my website, and Hagen gets the tape in. Bomgren with a last-minute stab. Good touch. The thing I like about Tim is some of these last-minute digs, he always makes sure he has height on it. You didn't see it that one, but he definitely gives himself time to get up. Gives his setter time to use their hands, get there and use their hands, possibly option, and also he's very good at reading the defense, and it all starts with that first hit. Lotman goes line, reads the 5-block switch. I didn't see the signal on that, and hopefully my camera shot can tell the truth on what the hand signal was. Hey, we're live, guys. Share. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to click share. A lot of people don't know this match is going on, and you know, a lot of people might be looking for some of these matches on Bally's, and you know, have no fear, your savior's here. Tim Bomgren on a 4-block switch gets burned, and now it's 9-5, and that's not something you're going to see regularly from Bomgren and Lotman. They usually stick with the 2, and educating people at home, a 4-block switch is when blocker shows cross and jumps in and takes it, and the digger similarly makes a last-minute switch to dig line, where on the 2-block, Tim can just go low and long, sit and stay. And anything that's cut over or reverse cut, he can make one move to the ball instead of having to go back. Up and down set. Hagen playing straight up 1 on that D. Transition. Look out! Right into our living room comes Mr. Smith for double digits. Timeout is called, and very, very wise. Sometimes a lot of players want to wait till the technical timeout, but I have an old school rule. A lot of international guys have that same rule. If you give up 3 in a row, just call timeout. If you have them, use them. What up, kid? Just calling a live stream. They came out of the block early. Match started at 10, and 10:04 it was like already like before you can blink. Like right now it's 10:08. Yeah, just good serve to space. No tricky schemes. They're just basically playing 1 block. Hagen sitting on that cut, you know. For everybody watching, I'm now being joined by the infamous Kelly Campbell. Trust me, guys, she's not here for the commentary. She brings new meaning to the term introvert. Hey, you got court 3, Shaw and Shock are playing on that, because this was court 3 and they changed it to 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Taylor, I don't need the live stream. He's got an army of people live streaming for him, so.
I mean, this is good.
Yeah. 10-5 back from the timeout. I also got some coffee over there too for later. Back set, Bomgren, cross court. Great dig. Hagen! Turning lemons to lemonade. It's Mr. Smith. Oh. A little Chewbacca in action with the ref. I mean, rule number 1, to Chewbacca with the ref, you have to have facial hair. Otherwise, the sound of Chewie, it doesn't make sense. Off the tape, perfect pass. Lotman. Wow, beautiful, silky, smooth, glidey swing by the 2012 Olympian indoor player, Paul Lotman. Long Beach State, I believe. Left shoulder serve. Okay pass. What's up, man? Join us. Join me. These are for everyone. Okay. Oh, they got Pickett on court 1 too, right? Yeah. We got.
Drop our bags back here?
Absolutely.
Thanks, brother. We'll be back.
Hey, I provide shade. I don't throw it. Don't throw shade. Throw parties. Don't throw fits. Throw parties. Short serve. Good pass. Recreating a string. Bomgren. Ooh. Escapes the top of his hand and really stumbling out of the block. Difficult. Up and down set. That ball hits the top of the tape, and they are just checking all the boxes on unfortunate plays. They're down now, but this is going to be a long match, and sometimes you make all the wrong moves, you fall off the cliff, hit the reset button, and come back, and it's what we all expect to see. But not anytime soon, and certainly not before the technical timeout as we get a dig. Free ball opportunity, Lotman, line over, much needed knuckle or cobra action. You guys at home watching this tell me. 15-6 is the technical timeout. Let's go to the comments section. Melissa says, sad to not be there, but definitely there in spirit. Tyler, is anyone else streaming except Bally? Nope. It's just Bally and me and court 3. This was supposed to be court 3, Tyler. And they changed court 3 to all the way to the ocean, and I'm next to the strand. So this is now officially court 2. And I just didn't want to move, so I'm just streaming all the court 2 matches. So Taylor and Alan, Shaw and Shock are playing now, and I hope someone's taping that. But Alan and Taylor, they have an army of people live streaming for them, so they can handle that, and I'm just going to stay here. I'm here till 1 o'clock. I got a hard stop, but that's pretty much the quarters, right? And the semis and finals are going to be Sunday, so I think they're going to finish pretty early today because it's only single elimination. And I think the last match today is 4. And I think both of those matches are going to be on Bally's anyway. I think court 2 and 3 shut down after 2. Back from the technical timeout. Ball hits the tape, and once again, stumbling out of the block is Lotman and Tim Bomgren. Tim Bomgren, super athlete. It's cross court. That ball goes into the tape, and I have an unofficial handshake with Hagen Smith to have radio silence when he's serving. Much needed side out. And at this point, they're just trying to reverse momentum. This game seems like it's all intents and purposes going to go the other way, but you can get an ace, can get a couple of blocks, generate some scrappy digs. And speaking of which, option number 2 is the block, a straight down indoor worthy block by the former indoor standout. They got 10-15 on the scoreboard. I'm going to fix that. I thought I was right, but the guys at the table. The guys at the table have 11-15. The AVP scoreboard says 7-14. And someone's got to tell me what the heck is going on. I actually had 16-10, but I'm going to go by the table because the table actually has the book, or the digital book. Guys in the chat, I'm pretty far away from court 3, so if any of you guys are on the AVP website, just give everyone in the comment section a scoring update. I believe you have Sean Shark playing Amato, maybe? Nick Amato, I was at the qualifier yesterday, and Nick Amato is an absolute caveman at the net. He is a caveman throwback. He all he needs is a Captain Caveman club. Back set, Logan Weber gets touched. Transition with his left gets dug. Beautiful hold by Hagen. Hagen! Hot reading the D. Nice one block. And that one, he actually stayed straight up on the one. The first one was more like a 3. 3 block again, tutorial. 3 block is when you show them line as a blocker and you crash into the line. And similarly, the defender switches cross. 5's more like a piggyback. And fist on the East Coast is no block because I don't know why, but fist is go after a ball and spy it. Wow, beautiful technique. Great footwork. Wow, good transition play by Bomgren, but let's give kudos and special attention to Lotman checking all the boxes. Squaring shoulders to the pole on one knee, second move. Bomgren gets a little bit of his hitting range back, a little wider lens, and gets the open line. Weber gets roofed. Prince Paul, an absolute savage at the net, closes the gap within 2. Just think, guys, 5 minutes ago I was writing their obituaries. Hagen, again, another guy with good footwork and checking the boxes. Gave Logan a good look at the net, and now the lead has been cut to 1. 7. What's up, man? I like it, checking all the boxes. Wow, beautiful on two by Hagen, and Hagen restores order. Very much needed, important, critical side out by Mr. Smith. Again, his kid brother's here and his father's there, and they're under an umbrella with no chairs, and I got guys. If you're on your way here, the shade tent where I'm at has 3 seats, man. Just come sit. I remember someone was complaining I was taking up too much space, but I'm not. The space is for everyone. We're all friends here. Unless you're not, then if you're not, that's fine too. Sit somewhere else. Wow. 4-block switch on that. He ran into that one. That ball is out of bounds, and just like that. Somebody checked the forecast in hell. It just froze over. Down 7-14 at the technical timeout about my scoreboard, 15-6. We now have a tie game at 17 apiece. They go back to Weber, left shoulder serve. Up and down set, Weber. Wow, stunt double dig. Transition. Bomgren! Got it! Wow. I don't know whether to call this an epic collapse or a ridiculous comeback, but the net result, par for the course, is the same. They're slowing down the momentum. They even called a timeout, but nothing stopping this head of steam Bomgren Lotman train. No one on the call, and there's a little bit of an exhale by Logan Weber. And now they know they got to get back to business if they want to secure this first set. This is our ball girl of the year, man. Living in the Matrix. Short serve, and that's a good serve. It's now 18-19, but I love that serve. I love that he's got to come up and then go all the way back to recreate his string. The defense sets up a lot easier. You're reading the hitter from the creation of the string or the approach to the jump and swing. 19-18, here we go. Do they go back to Weber? Yes, they do. Left shoulder, oceanside serve, and there's a break. And it is now 19-19. Little radio silence for my guy. Middle serve handled okay. Lotman. There's the block, but cover. Lotman. If you're not sure, swing. Set point opportunity number 1, and God, I love this kind of volley. This is what you call get after it volleyball. I love it. No feeling out process, just you played each other 1,000 times. You have tons of videotape. Let's get that strategic and get after it. Bomgren jump floater, this time the zone 1. There's a dig, and Lotman is losing his hat and almost his head. Lotman with a pass, 20-20. There's the dig, and talk about digs that you want back. That's one apiece for Mr. Smith and one for Mr. Bomgren. Set point opportunity number 1. And remember this game, remember this comeback if this goes to 3. Middle serve, good pass by Hagen. Hagen, I think that hit the antenna, and he knows it. He knows it, and pulling one right out of their shoes, snatching it from the jaws of victory, should I say. Smith and Webber, at least for the first set, suffered the agony of defeat. All right, let's go to the comments section, which I will be doing every technical timeout and every interim. Bright Beauty said locked in. Melissa, Quali, Allison, and Feely against Basie and Quakel. Amato and Frischman versus Pickett and Schachter. Cool. Yeah, those are the 4 teams that made it. Philo and Alisson men were locked in, and I mean, they were almost delighted to know that the matches were not to 15 because, you know, I repeated this. Alisson is a notorious slow starter. You got these games at 15. By the time you're ready to go, you might be playing from behind where it's too late. It's a finite amount of time to get going. Quakel and Basie had a little bit of a scare against, trying to remember Austrian dude's name. I'll tell you in a minute. But Diego Perez was playing lights out volleyball. What took the first set for them in the qualifier, but they regrouped, hung in there the second set, and then excelled and exploded the third set. And that wasn't even their play-in. But Quakel and Basie doing real things, and I'm glad to see them in the draw as we are here in the second set. Wow, living in the matrix. That was almost in slow motion, evading the block on the cross court. Beautiful block, and Logan did what he had to do to protect. It's one of those things where it's off the net and you don't have time to pull and you got a decision to make. You just got to go ball, hitter, ball. You know, watch the ball, then watch the hitter, and then see when we see the hitter, all ball. Smith has turned into one of the best option hitters in the game. This is a project in the making from 2016 to the present, but that option has really picked up last year and this year. Up and down set. That ball's just out of bounds. And that's what happens when you hustle up. Could use a break, and 3-1. Almost in similar fashion how the first set started. Hagen Smith. His first partner for like one of the bigger events was Cole Fears. They played in an NVL, or a co-promotion with Beach Volleyball World, FIVB. And when they played in that NVL, they said no cut shots, no rolls. We're hitting, hard driven, everything, and they made the main draw from the qualifier, and I believe they made it all the way to the quarterfinals. This was in Long Beach, California. That was the very last World Series of Beach, the co-promotion with the NVL. But he and Cole, they were just hitting everything, split and block. So that whip and that heavy swing that you see Hagen, that was always there. That translated and transferred from indoor to the beach almost seamlessly. There's the block, and Paul Lotman. And this is what Paul Lotman does best. You know, they were playing around with those blocking schemes and, you know, with the 5 block and the 4 switch. And sometimes you got to let good athletes do their thing. Tim Bomgren, you know, is an elite athlete. The guy, I mean, look at the guy's body type. You trust him to play quarterback, small forward, swing a golf club, play dodgeball, fight MMA. You know, let that guy sit in the 1 or just sit in the 2, and Go straight at them. And if they don't make the adjustment, stay that way. And if they do, then you know, revisit that and answer that question. Bomgren with the serve. Left shoulder serve all day. Logan. And that's what I was talking about with the 4 switch. The 4 switch is very good and it's very disguised. When it works, it looks easy as pie, but if someone drops a shorty, you have to make a second and third move. If someone hits a hard driven, you're not there on time. And if someone reverses field, you're still in motion the opposite direction. So risk versus reward. Of course, I'm speaking as a chairborne ranger, but I've been watching and coaching long enough to know that Bomgren on the 2 switch really just disguises it. He goes to the 2 early, he sits there, and the hitter doesn't see him. You know, he's got a big presence at the net the hitter has to pay attention to. And that's it. That's it. There he is. Getting the touch he wants and possibly coming up with a day again. You know, I think I'll table that discussion on the strategic, but people in the comment section, volleyball faithfuls, you got high-level players, low-level players. Let's chime in on that. Good pass. Up and down, and Tim Bomgren dropped like a ton of bricks. This time, right shoulder serve, and Hagen makes him pay. There is a strategic in serving lollipops, right? You get the perfect set, and, you know, Paul Lotman, sometimes that perfect set plays into his blocking scheme, but at the same time, the option is the key. Smith with the serve. Low toss, heavy top spin, and very effective, and everybody goes down, everybody gets up. Nobody's hurt, nobody's limping, and everyone's good to go. Logan did the curly shuffle sidestep. Bomgren fell because he almost completely missed Logan. A 1 from the switch, guys. For those of you that just joined, it's set 2. It's a serve, and there's the tape, and luck is the residue of design as I fix the score. It's 8-6. Yeah, so for those of you that just joined us, we're in the second set. Hagen and Logan are leading by 2 in the set, but trailing 0-1 in the match. A little radio silence. Logan with an absolutely gnarly serve.
Hey, nice swing.
Wow. Good side out. Actually, no, it's just a good serve. Forget that. Wow, open net, and that's what happens on an open net, and very important transition point. It's similar to the first set, ton of momentum in the beginning, and Well, not a ton, but momentum in the beginning and a little bit of a change just before the technical timeout or during the technical timeout. For those of you that just joined us, they were up in the first set, 14-7 on the technical timeout. My scoreboard said 15-6, but I believe it was 14-7. And they were just sailing away, and it seemed like they were going to win. And out of the blue, Lotman turned into a blocking machine, and Tim turned into a transition machine as that ball is in. And they came back from the dead, won the first set, 23-21. Guys. If you guys need shade, you got it. Chairs. They're for everybody. They're for everybody. I only got one button, not three, so. Wow, there's a block. Wow, just elevator up. Wow, who's that peeking out my window? Nobody, because I live in a penthouse. Ball just out of bounds. The table's over there too. Yeah, usually that's right, and sometimes that's frozen. One away from the technical timeout. Lotman. Oh, there's an ace, and again, leaving on a more positive note into this technical timeout. Trailing by one in the match, but trailing by one in the set, but leading 1-0 in the match is Bomgren and Lotman. Let's go to the comment section. Let's see what we're doing. David Verka says, better than the AVP stream. You know, I got to give it to ScoreCam. I got this app like years ago when it had like tons of bugs that didn't seem to be fixable. And I was going to dump it, but I stayed with it and they fixed the bugs. And now the resolution straight to YouTube with the ScoreCam and the remote control I use on my iPhone and the iPad streams. And here we are with the back shot and the pier in the back, north of the pier. Is the bracket on Volleyball Life. No, the bracket for the main draw is going to be on the AVP site. Just go into their main draw, and it'll funnel you to wherever. Thanks for Sir Fantasy. Come on, man. We're loyal to each other. Thanks for streaming the outside courts. I do it for the people. Right, Bally's, I believe, has court 1, and there's a fantastic match on Bally on court 1 as well as center court. Bringing our attention to the Canadians, Pickett and Schachter, who, as far as energy efficiency, just really just cruise through the qualifiers. They wouldn't call it that, but, you know, true professionals operate under a certain cruise control, like 90%, that allows them to sustain that performance for the whole match. Hagen's the only one who goes 100% bell to bell and sustains it, you know, and in which case we need to take him to the lab as we get a dig. There's the line, and Hagen would have loved to have that back. Got his finger caught in the wrapper. And fine, I'll say it. French fries on the board. Yeah, Hagen's one of those guys you need to take to the lab and dissect him like a frog and understand how his body and his brain works like that. Mr. 100% from beginning to end. Oh! The volleyball gods. The volleyball gods were trying to decide that fate, and Tim Bomgren's Chewbaccaing to the ref about something. Again, you can't Chewbacca without facial hair, man. That's the rule. Because I can't go... It's okay, Chewy. Nice. Bomgren creating a string out of the middle. There's the elegance of the 4-block switch and why it does work. Bomgren was thinking to himself, dude, just use your head. Ended up using Weber's. Weber lost his hat, but I'm sure next play has one play to keep his head because the serve's going right to him. That's who they've been serving all game, left shoulder. With an occasional zone 1, which is his right shoulder. Okay, back to zone 1, this time short and Hagen. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! And that, my friends, is the advantage to training the fast release set. The fast release set, you graduate to jump setting almost right away. If you're one of those deep dish guys, it looks a little bit clownish. There's Paul, who's been working on his hands tirelessly. There's a tight set, and Paul wins the joust, but did he? I'm gonna fix the score again. It's 14-12. No, I got it right. People in the comment section, I do read them. I just try to read them during the timeouts and technical timeouts, because if I leave my laptop open for this, and if the laptop sleeps, I lose the signal on the live stream, so the laptop is shut. And all of the comments I read off my phone. Another good jump serve. Beautiful. Reading the 4-block switch on that, and that serves as the advantage and disadvantage. And we're one away from the switch. For those of you that just joined the live stream, thank you for having me in your living room. Thank you for having me in your life. Prince Paul. Serve, hits the tape. 13-15 switch. For those of you that just joined us, Hagen Smith and Logan Weber are leading by 2 in the set, but trail 0-1 in the match. Bomgren and Lotman won the first set. Actually down 7-14 at the technical. I was writing their obituary and they came back and won 23-21. I got 2 bodyguards next to me in the tent. I point my finger, they break people down like the Secret Service. So for everyone here, none of you want me pointing my finger at you. Oh, is that an ace? Big smile on his face. Timeout is called, and to Lotman's credit, they're not going to wait, and that's where experience comes into play. International ball, you give up 3 in a row, it's an automatic timeout. Some of these younger players are like, it's like 19-9, they don't want to call timeout, and the coach is like, what are we talking about? Game of Thrones, Avengers Endgame? We're not talking about volleyball at 19-9. Everybody's here. Steve Asher's here, King of the Beach. The original King of the Beach, St. John Smith to my right, left, way to my left. That man doesn't want to listen to me all day. I get it. One of my favorite players on the beach, Theo Brunner, I think is going to play next. He came massively early and was warming up on center court, and they changed the lineup. And now they have to warm up again, and that's okay. And with that team, I'm just going to say on the live stream with everybody listening, who is Troy Field today? If Troy Field's that guy, they'll win. And if he's not, they won't. He's fantastic for the league, and I absolutely love watching him. And I do have a personal bias because I'm a legit Theo fan. And it is what it is. Oh, there's a net violation. And Logan knows, and much needed side out. And now the pace of the game is slowed down significantly. It took 8 minutes to get to 14-7 in the beginning of the game. Up and down said Hagen. Beautiful release. Up and down said Tim. Oh, the one-armed bandit does not go, and now the lead is 1. Single elimination today, people. Please leave in the comments section thumbs up or thumbs down for single elimination. And my American Idol judges next to me are like, Simon is like, this is absolutely horrible. What's up? Smith gets the sandhopper. Mr. Smith embraces the grind. Once again, a little radio silence. What a serve. Oh, I like the serve. And good peel, huh? Tim. No, and the referee calls over the net, and there is going to be a Chewbacca-ing right now. Chewbacca is crabbing right now, and I don't blame him. I don't love the call, but he's got to recover. Waiting patiently at the service line. Radio silence. And I disagree with the call because I think in order for that to be over the net, the entire ball has to be over the net. It doesn't have to be 50-50, it could be 90-10. Paul, it's going to be a little anger on this one. Oh no, it takes something off of it, and Paul, a very experienced player, and of course there's high emotions and anger, but there's also a little bit of a de facto timeout that the referee allowed him. One of the best in the business, Matt Laveau. Well, beautiful move, and there's your switch. What could possibly be the last switch of the set, but Matt Laveau will let you lose your mind and crab like Chewbacca a little bit, and he's probably leads the league in the least yellow cards and red cards. He knows you're upset, and and you got something to work out, and you won't see him pull the card. They'll just let you work it out. And again, I call it a respectful disagreement because it is not an indictment on his ability. I will go so far as to say he's the best ref out here today, and that's saying a lot with John King and Lars and Renee Marcellus, who's emerged into becoming a top ref. Shayna. That ball's out of bounds, and I don't know what the hurry was. They decided to slow down the pace of the game. Take your time. The service line. We got the sun almost completely overhead. This is going to go to a third set for all intents and purposes. Bomgren, perfect pass. Back set. What patience. He looked like he was reading the defense. Ran out of airtime and had to make the move. Set point opportunity number 2. They go to Logan Weber, left shoulder. That's what they wanted, and that's what they've been serving all day. And that's what's been getting them digs like that. Weber! Way over the top, and get ready. Buckle up, people. Third set coming. Hey, cameraman. Question: Is that the Atomos, the Ninja Flame, which you have on top of that? Cool. I like it. Okay, cool. I actually use because I use something similar for my podcast, just as a streaming, because it records to 4K or whatever. And I know cameramen also use it for their visuals. So, but mine is like huge. Mine is like this, like a little bigger than that. Yeah, well, not like that, but like this. Yeah. But I use it for my podcast. It's great because I can convert the resolution from 1040 to this or that. And of course, the file is huge, so I got to find a way to shrink that. Yeah. The Ninja Assassin and the Ninja Flame. Works for you though? Yeah? Cool, man. I'm Jason, by the way. Yep, there it is, right? Yeah. Oswald, it ends 4K. Yeah, no. Well, sports actually, but like motion recording, like for sports, like 1080 works because it's sports, right? Unless you're looking for that blade of grass in an NFL game, you know? Or someone spitting in like the wads. It works. Let's go to the comments section. Let's see how many people. Someone says third sets, let's go, Bright Beauty. Anyone know a stream of the fourth court? Oh, there is no fourth court. So there's just a center court and then a 1, 2, and 3. So the 3 is Oceanside, and I don't think anyone's streaming on that right now, but Taylor Crowd's going to play next, and Taylor has an army of people that live stream his games, and Billy Allen basically has South of the Border Vacations recording everything. So just go on the Facebook sites, go on the group sites, you'll catch them. I'm going to be exclusively here on Court 1. Yes, beach volleyball single elimination. You got to come to play. I like that. This is so close. Bring back double elimination. Stream is much better than the Bally's one. The remaining spots 1 and 2 will be given based on finishing placement points of this tournament. Oh, they're just making up rules as they go, huh? There's a quick one for Hagen. Smith, serve out of the middle. Okay serve. Or actually a good serve, and I'll tell you why it's okay in a minute. There's a line serve transition play, and who am I to argue with that? And I said okay serve because you really want to test people's left shoulder to see if they're facing their angle on their platform. But with that being said, Bomgren is left-handed, so that is serving his stronger shoulder, and most lefties are right shoulder weak and not left shoulder weak. Here's the tape. Good pass by the super athlete, Prince Paul. Wow, didn't have his approach, and it looked like Logan Webber was going to feast on that, but patiently waiting. So yeah, almost every lefty on a tour, and a lot of lefties you see, when you serve their left shoulder, they face their angle, and and the skill is there. But on their right shoulder, you see them face up. They're facing forward, and their platform is facing upwards. And you'll see Brewster do that. You'll see Bomgren do that. John Mayer, one of the best passers in the game, you'll see him do that too. And a lot of these guys would actually make a second move to midline it, rather than angle pass it. And it's only with lefties. It's historically true. I got a lefty sitting next to me that'll testify to that. He just came, but I'll tell you in a minute. Steve Devlin from SOB in the house. Tim Bomgren on 2, and there's the cover, and 2 contacts, and similar to the first 2 sets, jumping on top of them in momentum end scores, Mr. Smith and Mr. Weber.
Can I get the recap? Was there a 15-6 lead that was blown?
Yeah. Well, their scoreboard said 14-7, but I counted. I had one job to do today, and just keep score, just the one, and I was 90% sure, but yeah, I was writing their obituary, and what happened was Paul got a bunch of blocks, and they just changed their 4-block switch into just 2, 2s and 1s, and you let Tim use his athleticism and just, you know what I'm saying, just take the shot, and that's how they did it. They came back 123-21, and they're not out of the mix now, and I think they have 5-1, but I'm telling you it's 2-4. Yeah, okay, it's got to be 2-4. Okay. Where are the angry volleyball parents to yell score? For anyone that's ever been in a juniors tournament, we need those parents yelling at the kids, score, change score.
Spun it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's 5-2.
That person literally has one guy.
I know.
At least you're broadcasting.
Like Loki said, just the one. It's 5-2. Yeah, because they just got a side out. Oh, Prince Paul making an athletic move to the net, and good coverage by Tim. And now closing the gap. These guys are never out. They came back both sets. Man, they're gonna if Hagen Smith loses this, they're gonna remember that first set. There's a left shoulder serve. And Bomgren, first move got stuck. First step, second step, he was still in the same spot. It almost looked like the running man, and he's just like, I can't.
What's up, Lobster?
Yeah, what's up, man? Hey, we're in the third set.
That's great. I thought it was going to be 2-0.
Yes, because you saw the beginning of the first, right? Yeah. Zone 1, left shoulder serve. That's where Hagen wants to go. If you want to work that lefty passes, over on it. Looking to get to 4. Lotman. And that ball is in. Great disguise by Prince Paul. Jumping for power, cocking back. Steve, yesterday was fun too, man.
Oh, yes. I got to see all of it.
Yesterday was great. So I got the comment section. We had the question about how do you feel about single elimination and double elimination. And for the people that just joined, leave a comment. You like it? It sucks? Or man up. Whatever you want to type, let's do it. I personally like single elimination because every major sport outside of baseball and basketball, basketball is single elimination. Tennis, football. It makes every game precious. Oh, there's a...
Yeah, how precious would it be to see two teams in the contenders now? It's
right? And I think it's wild, and I like
we're gonna
that.
get more volleyball that way.
Right? And in tennis, you'll see Djokovic, or not Djokovic, but Serena lose first round. I think it serves to their advantage, though, right? They just literally came from the gladiator pits to be on center court to have to play the one. And if they beat the one don't deserve to win.
No, but the ones that have already qualified for the league shouldn't be in.
Right. Okay. No, but that's valuable. This is why we're having the conversation. Yeah, that's a good point. But what are you going to say?
Evan Cord, in order to get, he's got to be Phil and Trevor, then it's got to be Andy Miles. That's not fair. And let's look at the road some of the other teams have.
Yeah.
It's not the same road.
No.
It should be double.
So I got
My opinion,
The road
for the AVP.
my bodyguards to my left and right both say double a limb. I say single a limb. Guys, leave your comments in the comment section. Their argument is compelling, and we'll revisit that.
I talked with one of the refs. He wants to be anonymous.
Okay.
He said they could easily do a double limb in 2 days. They've actually run a 24-team double limb in 2 days. So 16.
Yeah,
Not a problem.
because that's what they do in the regional tournaments, like New Orleans, right? That wasn't a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was a 2-day, and that was 24 teams.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you already paid the permit. You already paid the setup. The
Yeah.
refs get paid per day. So
I mean, you could also go first round out and then, if you want to shrink it.
Well, I'm glad this is on a live stream because, college is single elimination.
Not for the pairs,
No, the pairs is single.
not for regional events.
Oh, for regionals.
Yeah.
It's the regionals are double.
For seeding.
Right, yeah.
First round's out and then you got
Yeah, so because the WCCs I thought would double, right? John Mayer? Yeah. Look, nobody appreciates double elimination more than me. I was John's assistant when they had to win not once but twice to beat Pepperdine and win. Actually, no, I was gone the beginning of that season, but I was there and watched that.
I mean, you're right. It's the elimination, but
Right.
regional overall. I mean, there's so many ways to get in.
Yep.
For that, but it's a little different. The league's fun of
For me, and I guess for now, they have to play these matches as if it's their last, as if it could be their last, right? Because frankly speaking, it is. Gentlemen behind me, great argument. I'm definitely during the timeout. I'm going to read the comment section too, because I saw a lot of you guys that were echoing their sentiments. Though the logic, of course, couldn't be explained in 100 characters. These guys have more than 100 characters to break it down.
Every pro I talk to, whether they're at the top or at the bottom, trying to fight in, they all
100% of
they
them?
wish they wanted to double in.
Right.
Every single
Like every single one, right? Yep. I like,
at least eight pros.
yep.
Whether you're
You have a
like
pretty good
Logan
pulse too. You
or
talk
not
to them all the time too,
I
so
wasn't voted for it last year. Kind of kicking himself now because
yeah.
the reset was a mess.
I mean, for volleyball in general, it should never be decided by 40 people in a room, you know? Like,
The league start.
I mean, do we want to get started on
It
NCAA?
could be like, yeah, like used to be
Right.
a cutoff thing, whatever it was originally indoor.
Right.
You can't have a league.
We got 9-8 guys, or 8-9,
It's weird.
as you can see. I'm only saying it loud, so I know I got the score right. Left shoulder serve, that's been their strategy the entire day, and it's really worked for them. And just like that, the comeback kids, the cardiac kids, led by the blocking and transition of Prince Paul, and the super athleticism of the hybrid Tim Bomgren. Will they go back to left shoulder? No, they're going zone 1 this time. Better pass. Up and down, and man, sometimes you need a dig and sometimes you need a bulletproof vest.
It was it you? I heard that in commentary. It's a good statement. They'll get some, but they'll give some. Yeah, I'll see, bro. I like that one. I'm using that the other day for coaching.
That was, it probably was me. That sounds like something I would say. Paul, great footwork on that set. And Tim saw 4-block switch, but it was really a piggyback. And sometimes when you roll, you get dug on that. And Tim put some pace on it. And I'm going to say the word pace to tick off Derek Zimmerman, who I know is watching. Derek hates wrist away, and he hates pace. And I'm going to say it like a girly man, just for you. 11-9 is the score. 10-10, actually. Served to zone 1. Okay pass. Hagen. Just great footwork until his feet left him on the set for Mr. Smith. Good hitting, but I got to commend the transition setting and checking all the boxes by all 4 competitors. Serve down the middle, and that's a good one. And Chewbacca-ing at the net. Chewbacca-ing on that block. Makes Han Solo. Timeout is called.
I'll catch you in a bit, brother.
Yeah, man.
I'm Steve. Oh.
Yeah. Steve is a good friend of mine. I like him a lot, man. Sometimes you got to play each other and beat the hell out of each other to become friends. Yep.
For sure. I saw you play the other day. Did you have fun?
I did.
That's good.
I did. And the guy, Brian, the guy in the picture next to me, who usually is finicky about the setting and this and that, didn't say anything. Just leveled his thing up to play for me. And when the second set came, all of the things I'm good at took over. Yeah. Like hitting was the last, right? Your legs are not there. But this, like hands or whatever, never leaves you. Like if you see me suck now with passing, it's probably because I sucked before. You know, of course legs, you know, that comes into the factor, but like your platform and your hold, those things, once you can't really unlearn that. At least at the high level, you can't, yeah. But you played and you've seen high enough where you know it when you see it. Like you and me can pepper and you know right away. Yeah. Let's go to the comments section. What do you guys think of the single elimination? All right, we got, the stream is goated. Way better than Bally's. 32 teams on the beach versus that team stuff. The real question is, it isn't single or double elimination. Thank you, Jason. You might be saving the AVP with these streams. I'll tell you why it's working as we get to this transition play. Logan, get it! Logan, a true Wolverine at the net. What's up, guys? Loving their shades, young lady. Look at him, looking like BB La Femme over there. 13-10 is the score. Saying it to myself, and the volleyball gods decided to wait another play. For those of you who just joined the live stream, you came at the right time. And I'll explain why the resolution's working in a minute. In fact, I'll do it after the match, because right now, you guys have a match to watch, man. If I'm not talking about this, I gotta shut up. Oh, ball into the tape. Match point opportunity in the switch. Most likely the last switch of the set. Maybe, maybe not. Counting them out now, but I did so in the first set when they were down 15-6 at the technical and came back and won. Nothing is impossible, but Logan, if he's gonna go to Bomgren, he's gotta go right shoulder and not left. They go middle. This time Prince Paul handles it. Up in a drifter set, Paul, Doug. Oh, I was gonna say for the match for Hagen. Logan eliminates the middleman in that equation. And a middle worthy swing ends it 2-1, 15-11. For all of you at home, we're not gonna leave the stream. I just wanna explain what's going on. This is single elimination today for people watching, not double elimination, which is why the conversation popped up. And I am blessed to have some IQ volleyball coaches, players, and gentlemen at my left and my right, and ladies. My live stream is working significantly well because I'm using my 5G Verizon phone. Their live stream right now, their Wi-Fi, I'm not. Hopefully, someone can tell them so they can fix it. Their Wi-Fi is going in and out. Because originally, as a coach, I was with their Wi-Fi, but I wanted to give them their bandwidth so they can have better resolution on both of the courts. So I'm on my own 5G. I'm in the tent, and I'm glad a lot of people join me. Guys, I provide shade. I throw shade, but I also provide it. Let's get ready for match number 2, man. Hagen Smith is going to think I'm stalking him, but I thought this was court 3 today and not court 2. In theory, I wanted to watch the Shaw and Shaw. And guys, hey, stay tuned. Stay with me. The next live stream is going to come up in about 10 minutes. Got Gage Basie, and Christian Bale Quakel. Caleb Christian Bale Quakel. I've been following them from the qualifiers, and you get to follow them today. Jason DeBias, see you in a bit.